Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. When I leaned into your energy, this is what I got. Oh my God, I need to get to work, but I also deserve rest. Oh my God, I need to handle this, but I want to play. Oh my God, I got to get this done, but fuck it. Oh my God, it was just like Mercury retrograde in Aries. And with it being in Aries, there could be this like, oh my God, this is who I thought I was, but I want to do this. Oh my God, I stand for this, but I'm starting to believe in this. Oh my God, I think that there could just be lots of vacillation, lots of back and forth. But also when I leaned into your energy, I was just like getting shit done, motivated left and right. Let's fucking go. So there's lots of conflictual energy. Grab your shit. We got lots to talk about, baby. You know I got you. All right, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. There will be glimpses of chaos. There will be glimpses of conflictual energy and you going back and forth and being tossed to and fro a little bit mentally. But ultimately, the divine's just trying to slow you the fuck down so that you're not going 120 miles an hour in the wrong direction. So welcome the slowdown. Welcome the reevaluation. It's needed. It's needed and it's necessary. So hope you got your things because I'm clearing out this funky ass energy. And welcoming in my benevolent ancestors, Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth, thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. You know what I just realized? Welcome to your fucking shadow season, babe. That's what this is. This is your shadow season. Your opposite. If you're a Virgo sun or a Virgo rising, this Pisces season is going to hit a lot different. Different. Hey. But we're here for it. We're ready. Mercury. Aries. Yeah, there's a radical shift of the mind. For sure. For sure. But that Knight of Swords going towards the tower, avoidable by way of not fighting, like not going against the grain, not trying to speed things up when just because you want to go at that pace. One of the affirmations that I have, I just got done saying them for like my nighttime, is I surrender to divine timing. And I feel like that would be a really beautiful mantra for you, is surrendering to divine timing. Understanding all you can control is what you voluntarily put into your body, whether you react or respond, and what you do about your intentions. That's all you can control. Everything else is outside of your fucking jurisdiction. Fight me on it. Come for me. Like, we can debate. So you might as well get used to surrendering to divine timing versus exerting a whole bunch of energy that gets mismanaged by way of you trying to do God's job. Okay. All right. Love you. So, ooh, and the King and Queen of Swords showing up. I like that. Yeah. There could be somebody that like really meets you intellectually, like stimulates you intellectually, like a good match. You met your match mentally. That doesn't have to be a romantic partner, though it could be for some of you. This could be a colleague. This could be someone that you're collaborating with, someone that you're trying to collaborate with or work with or build something with. But I do feel like there's a good meeting of the minds coming up for you guys. All right. Hydrate, light it if you need it. What's up? It's your girl Jane, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. Baby, your shadow. Ooh. Ooh-wee. Y'all, Libra season is my shadow season. So like, we all have it. We all have it hard. We all have it rough in our own different ways. That's wild. All right. So where Virgo is the 3D day-to-day, like mundane tasks, the little micro decisions that make up the macro moves, your opposite or your shadow is Pisces, I believe. Pisces is the spirit world, all things beyond the veil. Pisces is unconditional love. So there's that like release, that flow versus you guys' hardcore analyzation and control. And so there's something here, I feel like, for your shadow season has a lot to do with surrender, has a lot to do with a different kind of sacrifice, a different kind of service. And I feel like being of service to yourself and understanding that you are not in control, that you are collaborating with forces that are greater than you, even if you just think of it as gravity. Physics is a force that's greater than you. You know what I mean? So regardless of like where you fall spiritually, there's just something about, I'm not doing this all on my own. Though you may feel like you're doing it all on your own, you're not. And I feel like the sooner that you lean into the cosmic collaboration that's happening, be it science or God, whatever, things ease up a lot. All right, so for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. Breathe. First card out is the Four of Cups with the fucking Seven of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Okay, some of y'all drinking too much, smoking too much, evasion, escapism. You need to be careful about numbing yourself, specifically in Pisces season. Pisces are astrologically what's a kind word? Susceptible to addiction. And you could very much so fall on that. Where they may, Pisces, it may be heroin, like Virgo is like Adderall. Be careful. I will say that, be careful. But with the first card out being the Four of Cups, the first thing to be clarified on the Selenite throne for Pisces season 2025 is, what ways are you rejecting yourself? And how is that self-rejection being mirrored back to you by way of your external experience? You may find that people around you are rejecting you in the same way that you reject yourself. You may be finding yourself so caught up in the past. Damn, my thing is blurry. You may be finding yourself so caught up in the past that you're unaware. Hold on. That you're like blinding yourself or unaware of what's going on in the present. You know, the thing that I dislike the most about this card is that it's still not doing it. Anyway, the thing that I dislike about this card the most is that this is not the proper response. This is not gonna, hold on. That's what I was gonna say. This is not, if you look at his face, like, this is not the proper response to what's happening in this card. There is a fucking cup being handed to you from a cloud, a hand in a cloud. Like, this is not the proper response. So there's something there around being so caught up, being indignant. I feel like check yourself before you wreck yourself. There's something about like your relationship to gratitude, your relationship to receiving, your relationship to like what the divine has for you. There's something there about that. Like being a little, how would I describe that? Pouty. Are you being like weirdly pouty? AF tracking lock. What the fuck did I do to my phone? And is it going to have issues transitioning? 1:11 on the clock. I feel like this is Mercury retrograde for y'all. Like y'all are figuring out the lens, figuring out the angles, figuring out like how to be in the present moment properly in some sort of way. With the Four of Cups coming out, I do feel like there is this new foundation in the realm of your emotions, the new foundation in the realm of your feelings in regards to your creativity and spirituality. Something wants to get stabilized after a period of either fun or play or a period of chaos. So whichever part of this or side of the spectrum that you're approaching from, there is something about making sure that you are receptive, that your hands are open, that you are willing to receive, that you feel worthy of receiving. There may be somebody with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements playing a big role in the beginning of Pisces season. We're still in the beginning of Pisces season. The sun's only at 6 degrees today. But Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, stuff wants to come in. Like goodness, an influx of like creativity, love, connection, but it almost is like you guys are so focused on the past that you just can't get past it or you just can't see it. And I feel like that's not the vibe. It's some of you are caught up in resentment. That's what this looks like to me. Some of you are so resentful of what has happened previously that it's like you can't bring yourself to like be willing to hope that things can change. Don't do that to yourself. Please don't. If there's resentment stored up in your body, I need you to know that resentment is like acid in your blood. You don't just resent with just your thoughts. You resent with every organ in your body. You resent with your skin. When you really are caught up in resentment, you need to address what needs to be addressed. Say what needs to be fucking said. Say some shit with your chest. Get this shit up out of you. Get masterful with your emotions this season. Get masterful with your words. Get masterful with your tone, with your attitude, because you got to get that resentment up out of you. There may be somebody with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or even Virgo placements. I feel like that is or this could be you that's being sharp, being mean, being cold, or being hyper logical in some sort of way. That could be you. But I also feel like this is Mercury in Aries starting a whole new cycle is really going to be asking you to be more masterful with your mind. Be more masterful with your thoughts and your words, because words are spells. Life and death are in the power of the tongue, bro. Like, you got to get real clear about what you're setting in motion with your words. I feel like you will be very, very tempted to be hyper analogical or analytical. Sorry, analogical. You'll be tempted to be cutting with your words. Virgo, I feel like we've been here before. We talked about this. Are you like, are you being cunty? I love you, but like, I'll see you next Tuesday if you're going to be like that, you know? And so there could just be some resentment that's coming up out of you that is causing other people, like causing blockages in your communication. You may not even realize that you're being a see you next Tuesday. You may not even realize that you're being sharp or mean or cold. Some of you do realize it and you don't give a fuck. That's how you know you need to, something needs to give. You gotta step into something else. We're not doing that knowingly being shitty. It's not a good look, and it's going to come back and bite you in the ass karmically, so don't do that. But I feel like some of you are resentful or being rejecting in some sort of way, and it's putting other people off. Well, let's say that there's nobody else involved. The King of Swords is like yo, what's going on? Like, don't be so caught up in your mind. With kings comes a calcification of their suit. And so this is like you're so used to being right that you're not changing your mind. Or you may be dealing with other people, like having to talk to people who are very, very set in their ways, and are rejecting your education or rejecting your truth or rejecting like the insight that you're trying to give them. This feels political. This feels like some of you are having political conversations and you may have to really like educate people, or educate your family, or having just like harsh conversations around harsh topics or uncomfortable topics. Please continue for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Pisces season 2025. But you just make sure you don't get caught up in your ways, that you don't get stuck in your ways, that you don't close off your mind or close off your heart, because that will bite you in the ass. That'll create some backlash. Some of you, I feel like, are going through legal situations, and there are people who are going to like step in and help or give you some good advice if you are going through any kind of legal situation. Having to really do a lot of research to find resolution to any like legal situation or problems, but you overcome it. The Chariot. Whatever obstacle you are experiencing, Pisces season is going to show you the way to harness your energy properly, what pieces of armor you need to have on during the battle, and how to properly balance your light and your dark, your shadow and your innocence, your goodness, your purity, or whatever, and the purity on the shadow of your shadowy side. Because I don't associate white with good and dark with bad. No, they are the same thing. They're just opposite ends of a spectrum. You know, darkness is just the absence of photons. And there's something here around not being afraid of your dark side, being aware of it, falling in love with it. There could be like something about combining elements, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You mix these things together, and that's the magic recipe that to make things go move forward or go forward. What are you striving for victory over? I feel like that's really important in Pisces season. And you make it happen. The divine changes your course or reroutes your course, and victory is coming in. There may be somebody with Cancer placements really like showing up for you, helping like championing you. Is that a word? Yeah, championing. Anyway, I'm really nervous that my phone's not gonna let me use the video while it's in cinematic mode. I don't know why. I keep getting nudged to stop recording, so I'm gonna listen. We're just gonna listen. Hopefully I still can use that part. But the Chariot at the center of the reading, babe. There are some cosmic changes, some big cosmic changes, and for all of the heaviness, the resentment, the anger, the attitude you've had to endure and you've been giving, like you get victory over this. Somehow you win. Do you like these earrings that I got? I got them in Hawaii. They're monstera leaves and they're wood. I feel like you'd appreciate that. All right, please continue. It's like you need to trade the sword that you keep using to cut people. The cutting tone, the words that you say, like it's like time to switch up tools is how that feels. Like it's like display the sharpness of your mind, not necessarily how cutting your words can be. I hope that makes sense. You know how the way that a Virgo can like fucking slice you in half verbally, that like we don't like that's not what's really needed. I feel like there could be some people, like, you know when to give that verbal tongue lashing to somebody, but I also feel like this season you may not know. You may not be able to differentiate, like, who deserves the verbal lashing at a 10 versus a 2, you know? And why do you keep surrounding yourself with people who need the verbal lashing? This could be your family. I understand you. I mean, we don't get to choose them, but there could just be something about you do get to choose how involved you are. You know, you do get to choose whether you go over there or not. Ooh, okay. Final two cards, final two messages. When I say you get to overcome, baby, you get to overcome. Some of you will be heavily in, like, well, this is Aries. Your ruling planet Mercury is going to be in Aries, but this is Mars, and Mars is now direct in Cancer. And so that Mars retrograde in Cancer, I feel like, is really kind of handed your ass to you in some sort of way, emotionally, spiritually, creatively. You are moving towards a different level of mastery, moving towards, like, fully having access to all your structure and discipline, and, like, creating the plan and sticking to it. Now that Mars is direct, I feel like everybody's energy is finally going back to normal. You're getting your mojo back, you're getting your motivation back, you're getting your gumption back. All of it is finally moving forward. And the final two cards are fours, which is interesting. So I feel like there is a period of recovery. Oh, there's 3 4s. Keep seeing 4 4 4 on the right path for sure. All right, so shout out to Justin Nizuka for coming through. Thank you for that. I fucking love that song. 4 4 4 by Justin Nizuka. You got the 4 of Cups, the Emperor, which is a 4, and the 4 of Swords. So that's a whole new cycle in stability. And I feel like there were issues with structure or discipline, or like the plan, the routine. There may have been somebody with Aries placements that disrupted that for a while, but I feel like is now stepping up. Like, there's something about overcoming issues with the father of your kids, or overcoming issues with an Aries or Cancer, overcoming issues with a father figure, a boss, someone in authority, possibly. But peace is being established. I almost feel like I just want to say, like, a truce. Like, there's something about, like, a truce, or let's agree to disagree, or let's agree not to talk about this, or um finally laying to rest some of the wounds from the masculine. Finally, like, healing from some of the wounds from the masculine. Bottom of the deck, nice, is the Queen of Cups. I like that. There, I feel like your Pisces season is getting you emotionally, way more emotionally mature, way more emotionally expressive. You starting to really remember, like, what's special about you, focusing on your artistry, focusing on your creativity, your intuition, really, like, you trusting your intuition again, trusting uh like your emotional progress. I almost feel like you're emotionally maturing in Pisces season. Not that you guys are like children, you're not an Aries, you know what I mean? But there is some sort of, like, emotional leveling up, access to your sensitivity that, ooh, I just saw 555 on the clock. 4 4 4 5 5 5. This new foundation is being established in your life in I think 3 different areas, and it's putting you in the position where you can address conflict way more emotionally mature than you used to be able to, or addressing conflict more in a more emotional, in a more emotionally mature manner. This is how I know that Mercury is getting ready to retrograde, and especially in my fucking sign, is because I start stammering, or I can't get the sentence out the right way. So there's that to look forward to. But two major arcana. So I feel like the center and towards Aries season, the closer we get towards Aries season, the end of Pisces season, the divine really starts to step in for you there. But there's something about overcoming that leads you to a new chapter in structure. I feel like you just get back to yourself, or you get on your A game, or there's some sort of accomplishment or leveling up, or you feeling way more responsible or being more responsible. There may be a man in your life that's stepping up finally, or stepping up to the plate, or you can finally like breathe easy, or you finally get over the bullshit with them. You finally heal. Whatever pain that you've been experiencing, this is the proper response. Whatever pain, heartbreak, disappointment, confusion that you've experienced, it's the only way to really not miss the memo. The only way to like acquire the lesson, to like integrate the lesson, is stillness and quiet. And y'all fucking struggle with that, which is why Mercury has to retrograde so often, so that you guys can slow the fuck down and actually like take a fine-tooth comb through your feelings, and you're like, fuck, that hurt my feelings. Fuck, that happened 2 years ago, but I'm just realizing like I have some work to do around this. Like there's something around stillness and quiet, and understanding like your new level of mastery comes by way of stillness and quiet and meditation and prayerfulness. You connecting to the God of your understanding, whatever that may be, that feels really, really important. Be sure to check out the Pisces season astrology video that has all of the important astrological dates and transits. And also come join my ethical cult, darling. Yes. Over there on Patreon, we're going to clarify all these cards. There's all kinds of astrological content. There's a tier for daily readings as well. So check out my Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. For free shit, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything. TikTok is at JustJEverything. And for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. All the links are in the description box below. So let me zoom out. Whatever's going on with the person with Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements, you just need to have a really important like conversation about boundaries, or you need to just say some shit with your, say what needs to be said. I feel like a solid conversation will help you overcome it. A solid, like in-depth adult conversation, not tit for tat, not going back and forth, blah, blah, blah. That person with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, I feel like is gonna win. And that may mean beating you, not physically beating, but like there could just be this like sense of loss of a competition in some sort of way. Or there could be just something where if you're in a heavily if you're in a male dominated field, I feel like it may look like those motherfuckers are winning, but you actually win in some sort of way. If you are dealing with someone with Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius placements, I feel like you need to, like, if you're in a relationship with someone with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Virgo placements, I feel like you need to have a conversation that helps paint the future for them. Like whatever it is you're struggling, it's like, if we keep doing this, we're going to end up here. If we keep down this road, it's going to take us to in this direction. There could just be something about helping them with their foresight, or helping them see where this is leading. I don't know what that means. So hopefully that resonates for some of you. If you're dealing with somebody with Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, I feel like they are finally getting their shit together because Mars is finally direct in their sign. And so they're about to move forward and make like good big moves. For those of you that are parents, I feel like you and whoever you're co-parenting with are doing a great job for for all that you have. You're doing the best that you can, but I feel like things get better. Like finally we're on the same page. Finally we align, or finally there's progress, or finally we have the like, this is the right way to do this. I feel like both parents start to step up to the plate. Hydrate. I also feel like for those of you who are parents, be careful of letting your kids participate in things that make them grow up too fast. Like, does your 10-year-old need a skincare routine? Does your 10-year-old need makeup, or, like dyeing their hair, or like, just be careful of things that get them too caught up in their self-image versus validating them for who they are, not what they look like. So be careful of that. That may be something you're having to have a conversation with the other parent too. For those of you dealing with an Aries, I feel like things are finally about to calm the fuck down. It's been a long time coming. There will be peace that I feel like gets established. A new foundation gets established. New structure needed to get put in place. So that's finally happening. I feel like that Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius also like finally stops puffing up their chest. One thing I will say is that there's no Earth out here. That's problematic for an Earth sign. And so you may really have to work on getting grounded. And I mean, grounding meditations, grounding food, literally grounding by way of putting your bare feet in the fucking grass. You need to make sure you are grounded. There's no Earth out here. And in slippery ass Pisces season, I feel like you would really benefit from some grounding. And I feel like that's what the Four of Swords is here about. It's like, get grounded in your mind, get grounded in your physical body so you can get grounded in your mind. But also, don't get it twisted. Pisces season is about spirituality. It's the season of I believe. And so this stained glass here, I feel like there is something about like your relationship to reverence, your relationship to source, your relationship to God, your relationship to the universe. Some of y'all need to sit the fuck down and think a little bit more deeply about that. Who is the God of your understanding, and how do you interact with them, and how can you like sprinkle more magic in the mundane? How can you incorporate more spirit in your day-to-day decisions? You can be doing dishes and yelling at the kids and talking to God, or talking to the universe, whatever name you like to give them. But either way, I'm done yelling at you. I hope to see you over on Patreon. Patreon.com/JustJEverything. Like I said, all the links are in the description box below. I'm ready to clarify the fuck out of these cards. Let's get into it. For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.